Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, this is another one that I get asked a lot, is how did you finally make the narcissist stop trying to contact you? What did you do, Renee? I was asked this today. How did you make them no longer try to be hoovering you? What made you make it stop? And there is an answer. There's definitely a way to do it. And I know that people that ask me this, they want to know because they would like their narcissist to do the same, to stop. And they can't seem to shake theirs and they keep contacting them. But you have to be ready for them to stop. Because, and I made a video on that once, that's a whole other ramifications. Once they stop, you're going to have a whole bunch of other feelings. Please look that video up. I have no idea what number it is. The thing is, as long as I have any inclination at all, as long as he had any inclination at all that I would play, he kept at it. So anything, and playing is defined as, and I'm about to tell you, but as long as you give anything at all that indicates to them that you're in it, they're going to keep at it. And when you put the final axe down, which I'll tell you what it was, and you know now there's no going back, he'll never contact me again, you have to be ready for that result to be the result. So when I was finally ready, look, I really don't ever want to hear from him again. I did some things that were irreversible that I knew I'll never hear from him now. When I say he would know that I would keep playing, playing could be answering the phone when it rings. Even if you're not together with them, you think you're fine. He calls once a month. You think, I'm just going to answer the phone and see what's up. Guess what that tells them? You can still play. Responding to a text, regardless of what yours says back to them. It could be to go away, but you responded. That's what they see. She responded. They might not even read it. They might see the bubble and just know you responded. And they could be across the room and they don't even care. They just know you responded. That's what they see. She's playing. Right? You didn't ignore them. They didn't get zero back from you. They got something. It could be that you feel friendly that day and they made you laugh on the phone. You're thinking that's harmless. We're getting along. We're all humans here. Why can't we get along? I'm not with him. I won't be with him. So I can laugh. It's okay. But every time I did something like that, the message he got was I was still here. I was still reachable. Even when I was having conversations with him and I was telling him, you're not welcome to come here to my home anymore. There was a point past which I said that. He would still call. We would laugh on like it was like a weird dynamic. I was never going to allow him back into my life that way, but I felt like this was okay. And then that dissipated to nothingness. I told you it was a very long haul for me, over a year. So you're thinking it's harmless, you're not with them, but, and not only does it make them know that you're reachable, now you've had a taste. So what does that do to your psyche? But that's a whole other video as well. So how did you make them go away? I had to make him know that I was untouchable, unreachable, that I was disgusted with him, that I was truly and genuinely uninterested, turned off, no longer attracted to. Until I did all of that, mine was not just an egomaniac, it's like a megalomaniac. Until I did all of that repeatedly, he was going to keep trying. Because I was doing all of that while I was maybe laughing on the phone. While I was like insulting him. But through the insults, we'd find humor and laugh. So I was getting there. I was getting my message to him, but I was answering the phone, answering a text, entertaining him for coffee, and then once the visit stopped, it was still on the phone. So, and you know, he kept saying once he moved 3 hours south, I'll come see you. And I said, no, you're not allowed in my home anymore. I had said, you're never welcome in my home again. I did get to that point. And it took many months after that of still communicating. But eventually he realized, I guess, that I meant it. And why? Because I finally stopped telling him anything. I stopped saying anything. I just stopped everything. No more responses. No more little breakthroughs of laughter. I genuinely became disgusted with him. And he knew it, he heard me, and he got the message. But the entire over a year that he hoovered and I answered in some capacity, even if I kept it at arm's length as much as possible, that entire year, I was giving the very clear message that he could hoover and that I would receive him and that I welcomed it. My behavior was teaching him that it was okay. He had a new life, a new girl, of course, but that he could still play here, but even if it was just on the phone, post visits were stopped. No, 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 and no freaking way. So it was a few months of that, and I started to realize that the anger crept in. So when I said I did irreversible things, that means, you might say, I've called him every name in the book. There's nothing more I could possibly say. Name calling means nothing. You have to actually say to them, not in a fit of rage, in a very calm way. I don't care if it's your last text to them. You have to say things from which a narcissist can't recover. You have to cause them this narcissistic injury to their brain and say things like, I don't even know how to, or it could be on the phone is best, because I did this with my voice. This is the message. And it took a few times, but he got it. I said, I don't think you really understand. I'm not even attracted to you. I don't even know why I went out with you more than twice. What do you mean? We had something No, I'm sorry. I look at it like I was slumming it for a while. How could you say? I'm serious. Just please move forward. I'm good. Don't give me a thought. Like, I get disgusted when I think of you and me together. It's gross. Like, I can't even imagine being in the same room with you. Like, I could handle it. I'm a strong person, but ew, icky kaka poo poo gross. How could you say? No, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this. And so I kept